Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now on first down, he's going to sneak it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. I've never seen this one. It's second down, and the punt team is out there. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Heineke. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with it and try and get him settled.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson able to hit his target, Lamb. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Watson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A first down carry for Henry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Watson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and 9, Heineke looking deep downfield. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Inside handoff, Henry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Henry. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal at the 1. Henry is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach it.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Henry up the middle, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff to Henry. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Again to Henry. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And the play fake, and now Heineke. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sims. Finding space at the 40. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. A first down throw for Heineke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 72 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
On first down, it's Watson. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders will take over possession here up at the 44.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 50-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Heineke now. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Heineke. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Robinson again. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a long.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, 6th overall. And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 82 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. 1 cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a gain of a yard. And the Cowboys are going to get a 1st down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the run, Watson going to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Finding room in midfield. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 22. That one good for 37 yards. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Running from the gun with Henry. A gain of 3, second down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
A second and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Second down at 7. They'll try the air now with Watson on the move to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Pardon, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Heineke. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Now Heineke. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Heineke again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 30 yards there.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Heineke. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points of the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Second and 9 now from the 21. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
They go play action. Now Heineke. And my goodness, another interception. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with Henry. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. He finds the ball comes out. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I'm going to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of his end zone, Heineke. And his throw here's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago and threw the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Heinicke now looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Heinicke. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And down to the 36-yard line here. 154 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Henry. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
A first down carry for Henry. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Cowboys have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Robinson up the middle. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Heineke. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Henry. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Inside handoff, Henry. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Jamin Davis on the tackle. No gain on the play. It's now
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And Marr pulled it left. It's no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. This was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Henry up the middle. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again to Henry. And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They drop him for a 2nd straight play. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first... Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
From the 27, Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Heineke to throw it. Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Heineke slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing, Heineke. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll run with Gibson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as as a result, the drive continues.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. First down, Heineke. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who have had 4 in the past, you'll find the names of some of the greats and some guys who just had a fantastic game.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 197 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. This is Henry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup.
They'll keep it on the ground. Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Going with their tight end on fourth. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he'll get him a first down up past the 40 as the clock ticks on. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. One last shot now for Heineke. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, that second half